All right, folks, you're now live.
Good evening, and welcome to the Vance Monument Task Force meeting. I am Orlean Graves Simmons, co-chair of the task force. I will be presiding this evening with co-chair Deborah Miles. We are streaming live on our virtual engagement hub, which is accessible through the virtual engagement hub link on the front page of the City of Asheville's website. We also have an option for the public to listen in by phone by dialing 855-925-2801. Again, that number is 855-925-2801 and entering the code 9722. The code again is 9722. We are also broadcasting live on the city's YouTube channel. Tonight's meeting will not include public comments or deliberations. We welcome to the meeting the Asheville City Council members and Buncombe County Commissioners, including the newly elected members. Welcome. Please respond to the roll call. Co-chair Deborah Miles.
Present.
Catherine Calhoun Cutshaw.
Present.
Dennis A. Fagnet Jr.
Here.
Savannah Gibson.
Here.
Lawrence Gillum.
Here.
Glad you're here. Essie Hutchison.
Here.
David R. King.
Here.
Bernard Oliphant.
Present.
Andrea Olson.
Here.
Ben Scales.
Present.
Shirley W. Whitesides.
Present.
Thank you for responding to the roll. And now co-chair Deborah Miles.
So now I would invite a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting of November the 12th. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Do I hear a second? And please state your name.
This is Catherine. I'll second that.
Thank you.
William.
And we will now go through thank you for the motion and second, and we will now go through roll call for accepting the minutes. Ms. Orlean Simmons.
Aye.
Catherine Calhoun Cutshaw.
Aye.
Dennis Fagnet.
Aye.
Lawrence Gilliam.
Aye.
Savannah Gibson.
Aye.
Elizabeth Harper.
Here and I.
Essie Hutchinson.
Aye.
David King.
Aye.
Bernard Oliphant.
Aye.
Ben Scales.
Aye.
Shirley W. Whitesides.
Aye.
The minutes are approved.
Good evening and welcome again to those that are tuning in from home or in community. My name is Cortina Janelle Caldwell, and I will at this time move us just into a brief overview, and then we'll move into the vote. I want to take a moment to thank you all for your input on the community discussion to remove, relocate, or repurpose the Vance Monument. As we noted along the way, this community dialogue began in August, and during the last 12 weeks we met, the task force has received over 600 comments via email, text, and voicemail. As stated by co-chairs in acknowledgement of the final meeting, co-chairs in acknowledgement, anybody could unmute or mute yourselves if you're not sharing, that would be great, just so we don't have any bounce back. Thank you so much. Okay, great, thank you. As stated by the co-chairs in acknowledgement of this final meeting and this phase of the process, the task force is moving forward with a vote on a recommendation this evening. Plans to address at a later date the full submission of a historical timeline of African-American figures and events that have contributed to Asheville and Buncombe County which will help determine who might be recognized at the site in question, the need for placemaking at the site in question, and explore the intention of the task force moving forward as determined by council members and the commissioners. The co-chairs will be making a presentation to Asheville City Council and Buncombe County Commissioners on December 7th and 8th, 2020. And at this time and moving forward, we will need a motion and a second to conduct the verbal roll call vote. Each member is required to vote, and the votes will be captured and tallied by myself as well as our minute taker. And at this time, I will turn it over to the task force, voting task force members. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I will now ask someone to please make the motion to take a roll call vote on the three options as prescribed in the establishing joint resolution. 1, remove. 2, relocate. 3, to repurpose. Can I please hear that motion?
This is David King. I make the motion that we take a roll call on the three options to remove, relocate, repurpose.
Lawrence,
Thank you.
I second the motion.
Thank you. It has been moved and probably second, and we will now have a roll call vote as is required for virtual meetings. We have the motion. It's been second. We're now ready for the vote. And please respond when your name is called with one of the options: remove, relocate, or repurpose. I cast my vote, Orlean Simmons, to remove. Co-Chair Deborah Miles.
Remove.
Catherine Calhoun Cutchow.
Remove.
Dennis A. Fagner Jr.
Remove.
Savannah Gibson.
Remove.
Lawrence Gillum.
Remove.
Elizabeth Harper.
Remove.
Essie Hutchison.
Remove.
David R. King.
Remove.
Bernard Oliphant.
Remove.
Ben Scales.
Repurpose.
Shirley W. Whiteside.
Remove.
Thank you for your vote. We'll now wait for the tally.
Thank you, task force members. Co-chairs, the count shows 11 for remove, 1 for repurpose, in favor of the recommendation to remove.
All righty, I will repeat that again. That is 11 to remove. And please give me the next number.
Yes, ma'am. 1 to repurpose.
1 to repurpose. And the other one?
Those were the two that were voted on then.
Okay, so that is 11 to remove,
Yes, ma'am.
1 to repurpose.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much for your vote. We have 11 for removal and 1 for repurpose. The highest number is for repurpose, and this will be included.
Remove. It would be removed.
Excuse me?
The highest number would be for remove. I think you stated repurpose, so I just want to correct that for the record.
Thank you so much. 11 for remove and 1 for repurpose. The majority has voted for remove, and this will be included in our report to the governing bodies that we took this vote today, and we will send it to them as our recommendation, and it will be included in our report in December. Thank you. I would like to add at this time my closing statement and acknowledgement before it goes to co-chair Deborah Miles. Co-chair Deborah Miles and I feel it is proper and fitting to pause at this time to say thank you and express our appreciation to all task force members, our facilitator, and the city and county staff who work diligently with us. We have taken a journey over the last 12 weeks, attending meetings, participating in planning, gathering data and input, and evaluating facts. All of this was accomplished by listening and learning from each other with dignity and respect. Thank you. And we look forward to continuing this journey with you. Thank you to the county and city staff for your patience with us as you extended your support to ensure that administrative requirements were met. It is my pleasure to work with my longtime friend and co-chair, Deborah Miles. Thank you. And now co-chair Deborah Miles.
And I return that appreciation to Ms. Orleen Simmons, who has stood by this community as her generations did before her to be the change makers. And I'm grateful for her and for her people who she came from and the people who she is sending out into the world, the next generation. I also want to thank the people of our mountain home who have shared their personal experiences of the monument and places around the monument. To everyone who has shared their ideas, concerns, and creativity with the task force, thank you for participating and making your voices heard. Our nation is at a challenging crossroads as we work to find shared narratives and symbols that meet the needs of this century and the next. This decision of removing monuments related to the Confederate States of America is one that is taking place in cities and towns across the South. And I believe there will be resources to meet what is created from these new shared narratives. One source is the Mellon Foundation, who has created the Monument Project with a fund of $50 million a year for 5 years. I will work to support the city and county in looking at ways for the next steps to be one of shared funding. And with that, task force member, I call for a motion of adjournment. And again, thank you. And in the words of John Lewis of blessed memory, I thank you for your good trouble. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
This is Bernard Oliphant. I move that this task force be adjourned.
Lawrence Williams, second the motion.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn, and I will now call the roll. Orleen Simmons.
Hi.
Catherine Calhoun Cutchwell.
Aye.
Dennis Fagnant.
Aye.
Lawrence Gilliam.
Aye.
Savannah Gibson.
Aye.
Elizabeth Harper.
Aye.
Essie Hutchinson.
Aye.
David King.
Aye.
Bernard Oliphant.
Aye.
Ben Scales.
Aye.
Shirley W. Whiteside.
Aye.
We have a motion and a second, and everyone is in favor of adjournment. This meeting of the Vance Monument Task Force is adjourned.
Deborah, before you all leave, hi, this is Esther. I don't know how many people can see the screen, but this is Esther Mannheimer. I just wanted to thank you all for your service. I know this has been an extremely difficult task. We've received a lot of the communications that were forwarded on to you, and I was able to hear your public input. So I understand a very contentious issue. We asked you to do a big job. You all have worked really hard. And I on behalf of the city council and the city, I want to thank you all for your service.
And hey, this is Brownie Newman. And on behalf of the county commission, I'd like to also thank all of you for your service. These are hard issues, and I appreciate all the people who served on it. I also appreciate all the other people who applied to serve on this task force. There was very strong community interest in this with many different perspectives. And so thank you for your hard work over the last months, and we appreciate what you've done and look forward to deliberating on the recommendations.
Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Brownie. Everyone stay safe.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you.